The next day, the mysterious number called again. Darren picked up, but this time, there was no voice. Just static, and then, a whisper, "Thank you." The call ended. Speed never figured out who it was or why they called. But every now and then, when he streams late at night, he looks at his chat and wonders, was it them who needed me? Or was it me who needed them? It was a scorching summer afternoon, and Darren, aka IShowSpeed, was live streaming like usual. FIFA was on the screen, Ronaldo's face beaming proudly from Speed's custom wallpaper. The stream was pure chaos as always, chat spamming W, and bark for us, Speed. Until the doorbell rang. "Yo, hold up, chat." "Someone at the door," Darren muttered, pulling off his headset. He opened the door to find an oddly dressed man in front of him, wearing a trench coat and goggles that looked straight out of a sci-fi movie. The man was holding a small, glowing device that hummed faintly. "Darren Watkins Jr., the stranger asked, tilting his goggles up to reveal piercing green eyes. "Yeah, who's a skin? Jehovah's Witness or something?" The man chuckled. "Not quite. I'm here because, well, you're important to the future." Speed blinked. "Bro, what? The future? Nah, this some weird prank. Where the cameras at?" The man shook his head. "No prank. No joke. I'm a time traveler, and you, believe it or not, are critical to saving humanity." Darren burst out laughing, doubling over. "Yo, chat, y'all hearing this? This dude said I'm gonna save humanity. Bro, I can't even save my FUT champs record." But the man didn't laugh. His face was dead serious. "I'm not joking. The year is 2147. The world is on the brink of collapse. The people are lost, no joy, no hope, no bark. That's where you come in." Speed stopped laughing, his smile fading into skepticism. "You trying to tell me, in the future, people need me to bark?" "It's more than that," the man said, stepping closer. "Your energy, your unpredictability, your connection to people, it inspires something humanity has lost. But the problem is, history is at risk of changing. If you don't keep streaming, the world as we know it will unravel." Darren tilted his head, utterly baffled. "So let me get this straight. You time traveled here just to make sure I stay on YouTube? Bro, are you good?" "Yes," the man said firmly. "Your streams become the foundation of a philosophy called kinetic joy. It teaches people to embrace chaos, laugh at failure, and never take life too seriously. Without you, humanity loses that spark." Speed stared at the message, heart pounding. He didn't know this person. He didn't even know if it was real. But something about that weird phone call clicked. Without thinking, he opened OBS and hit go live. No thumbnail, no hype, just a raw stream. "Yo, what's good chat?" he started, voice softer than usual. "I know it's late, but I felt like going live for a bit." As viewers poured in, the usual chaos began, but Darren didn't bark or scream. Instead, he started talking. Not about FIFA or Ronaldo, but about how every viewer mattered to him, how their messages, even the trolling ones, meant something. And in that quiet, unscheduled stream, Speed's chat was different. They weren't just spamming memes, they were sharing stories, supporting each other, and creating the kind of community Speed had never fully realized he'd built. He pressed another button, and suddenly the city transformed. People appeared, dancing and laughing. Giant holograms of Speed barking like a dog and screaming "Su'u" played on the sides of buildings. Children wore Speed merch, and a massive statue of Ronaldo holding a glowing trophy stood in the town square. "This," the man said, "is the future with you." Speed's jaw dropped. "Bruh. I'm, like, a legend?" "Not just a legend," the man said. "A symbol. So, will you keep streaming?" Darren grinned, the weight of the moment hitting him. "Man, you didn't even have to ask. I'm Speed, I do this." With that, the man smiled, pressing the button to send them back to the present. Before he vanished, he left Darren with one last piece of advice: never underestimate the power of barking. Speed went live that night with a new energy, telling Chad about the craziest dream he'd ever had. The thing is, was it really a dream?